This weather pattern is turning into a full-scale atmospheric disaster. Day after day, storm systems keep multiplying across the central and eastern United States, and the models are only getting more aggressive. Torrential rain, severe thunderstorms, flooding threats, and even the possibility of early-season tropical development are all exploding onto the maps at once. It's becoming one of the most chaotic late May setups we've seen in a long time. The atmosphere is completely overloaded with moisture, meaning almost any hour of any day could suddenly erupt into heavy rain and violent thunderstorms. From the Gulf Coast to the northeast, the radar may barely get a chance to clear before the next wave crashes in. Some areas could see non-stop rounds of rain for nearly a week straight, turning roads into rivers and pushing flood risks dangerously higher. At the same time, temperatures are swinging wildly. One moment feels like peak summer, the next feels like fall, returning out of nowhere. Forecast models continue flipping back and forth. But one thing is becoming clear. Repeated cold blasts are crashing into the east far later in the season than normal. Some regions could plunge 10 to 20 degrees below average heading into June, creating an extremely unstable atmosphere capable of fueling even more severe weather. The Southeast and Mid-Atlantic are especially under siege. North Carolina and Virginia remain trapped in a brutal drought, with some areas running 10 to 12 inches below normal rainfall. Ironically, after months of desperate dryness, the pattern may suddenly swing to the other extreme, with repeated downpours threatening flash flooding instead. It's the kind of weather flip that can turn dangerous very quickly. By next week, the storm track only becomes more intense. Powerful lows continue developing across the deep south, lower Midwest, plains, and East Coast, while parts of the Northwest brace for their own long-term drought concerns tied to a potentially massive El Niño event. Meteorologists are already warning that this setup could evolve into a summer of relentless extremes. Toward the end of May and the start of June, models hint at nor'easters spinning just offshore of the East Coast, while severe storm outbreaks ignite across the Plains and Rockies. Some forecasts show these systems staying offshore, while others drag them dangerously close to the coastline with soaking rain, coastal wind, and flooding potential. The uncertainty is massive, but the threat is very real. Rainfall totals are becoming alarming. Widespread areas are forecast to receive 2 to 5 inches of rain, while parts of the Deep South could be hammered with 5 to 10 inches or more. That amount of water falling repeatedly on already saturated ground could trigger flash floods, landslides, and major travel disruptions. Meanwhile, the severe weather threat refuses to back down. Texas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Iowa, and multiple surrounding states remain under repeated risks for damaging storms capable of producing destructive winds, large hail, and isolated tornadoes. As the atmosphere heats up heading towards summer, these outbreaks could rapidly intensify. This is no ordinary weather pattern anymore. The atmosphere across America is entering a volatile and dangerous phase, where flooding rain, violent storms, abnormal cold blasts, drought, and tropical threats are all colliding at the same time. The next 2 weeks could become one of the wildest weather stretches of the year.